Longo, A Gangster's Tale, by J.N. Wdowski. For your full enjoyment, be sure to read, watch, or listen to the end. Chapter 7. Confrontation. Joey reholstered his .38 while keeping the Chinese pistol pressed in the gunman's back. Standing up, he spoke as he poked the man with his own weapon. "We can go now." The three Triad men turned to the sound of the staircase door opening. Seeing their comrade, the other young gunman shouted to him in Mandarin, "Ni zhou shama?" Seeing Joey walking close behind him, he had his answer. "Mr. Longo." The young man greeted him in perfect English. "A BC?" Joey asked, as he nudged the man in front of him to move closer to the other three. "Yes, American-born Chinese." The handsome young Chinese man smiled. "Explains your slight accent when you speak Mandarin and your perfect English. I am guessing an Ivy League education?" "Yale, B.A. in political science and LL.M." The man clarified, taking one step closer to Joey as the two much larger men behind him did the same. "Close enough. I can hear you just fine from there. So you have a law degree from Yale. What makes a good Chinese-American boy like you go bad and join the Triads?" Joey was curious. The men stopped moving forward. Ivy answered, "Grandfather is a party member back in China. The Triads are much more than some rogue criminal organization. We are nothing like the old Mafia or these Latin street hoodlums. Oh, and Mr. Chen is my Uncle Jimmy." "Uncle Jimmy. Nice ring to it. I should remember that the next time I see him. I am guessing you are here for one of two reasons." "Which are?" the Ivy League gunman inquired. "Well, you are here to either escort me to speak with Uncle Jimmy to discuss my proposal to him, or he has rejected my proposal, and you are here to pressure me to work for him instead." Joey hypothesized. "Of course. If I refuse to accept the second option, I am to be disposed of, to be taken off the board, as if I was never here. Since you strategically placed your friend here in the staircase, my guess is it is the second option." The man smiled, acknowledging it was the second option. "I am sorry to hear that." Joey locked his eyes onto Ivy's. "Any chance of talking to Uncle Jimmy? To get him to reconsider? I wouldn't want this to sour our relationship." Ivy smirked as he raised one eyebrow. "You could take Uncle Jimmy's offer." "I can't do that." Joey answered, "Why don't you return and talk to your uncle? You're a smart one. I'm sure you could convince him that my offer is the better option for all of you." He sternly looked at him and the other men. "Zufu has already rejected your offer. Your only choice is working for us. Uncle Jimmy convinced Zufu that you could be a valuable asset to our endeavors. We know you already taken one of the Latinos out of play. Well done. Your grandfather is making a big mistake. The party, much like the Mafia, is fading. Their internal corruptions feed on themselves. Their systems are already imploding." Joey locked his eyes back onto Ivy's. "I gather that is a no to our generous offer to you?" Ivy's eyes began to narrow intensely as he smiled gleefully. "You gather correctly, Ivy." Joey's eyes hardened on the handsome Chinese gunman. Ivy, with lightning speed, reached under his jacket and drew his QSZ-92 and fired his weapon at Joey. He was fast, much faster than Joey, but he was not accurate. His shot missed Joey and hit his own man right between the eyes. Joey, feeling the weight of the dead man falling back onto him, held him up with his left hand and returned his fire with his right. Joey was accurate, hitting Ivy twice on the left side of his chest, putting him down instantly. The two much slower mountains were stunned by what had just happened. Hesitating at first, they both then reached for their weapons, giving Joey the needed seconds to take aim at them. With two clean, quick headshots, both men fell with loud thumps just as they began to unholster their weapons. Over in mere seconds, Joey let the dead man he was using as a shield also fall to the ground. He placed the dead gunman's weapon on top of his corpse. Joey reached into his pocket and pulled out his cell phone and dialed 3 numbers. Yes, I need the police. There has been a shooting. After giving his address to 911, Joey walked up to the 3 dead men across from him. He knew not to touch them. He merely stood over them and looked down upon them. Examining the 2 headshots he had made, he said softly, so the microphone in the hall camera would not hear him, "Thank your mothers for giving you both such big heads, or I wouldn't have made those shots." 2 hours later. After viewing Joey's surveillance recordings of the shooting, it was very clear to the detective that it was self-defense. Ivy had drawn first and killed his own man. "I recommend you don't leave the city for the next few weeks," the 55-year-old police detective informed him. "No worries. Plan to stay," Joey responded. "What did you do to attract their attention?" The detective was suspicious. "You had the incident with the rulers this afternoon, but plenty of witnesses with phone cameras to record and cover your ass. And now this with the Triads. And luckily for you, you had just installed all these security cameras to cover your ass again. Were you ever a Boy Scout, detective?" The detective was confused by his question. "I was an Eagle Scout. You were a Boy Scout?" "Nope. Was only a Cub Scout as a kid, but was asked to leave by the den mother," Joey responded. "Why?" the detective asked. "And what is your point about being a Boy Scout?" "She felt I had too much influence over the kids in my den. She saw me as a rival to her authority." Joey gave a half-cocked smile to the detective. "My point about being a Boy Scout is, they taught you to always be prepared. Yes?" "Yes," the detective admitted. "Nevertheless, I'm going to keep an eye on you, Mr. Longo." "Thank you. It seems I will need it." Joey smiled. Tommy and both the girls, hearing the news of what had happened, were finally allowed to enter as the coroner removed the bodies and the police finished their investigation. Both the girls rushed and hugged Joey. Tommy stood and smiled. "I see that you're just fine, unlike the ones in the body bags." Joey tilted his head slightly and gave a slight grin. "Well, they did take out one of their own. I only had 3 to deal with." He then looked into May-Hwua's pooling, smiling eyes. "May, 4 of Mr. Chen's men are dead because of me, including his nephew. Isn't it dangerous for you to be here with me?" "I no leave you," she responded. "I no go back to Chen." Anita pulled Joey towards her so forcefully, she almost unseated him. "He is with me." May pulled back, preventing her from yanking him off the chair and away from her. Joey looked up to Tommy. "I think it is best they both stay at your place, just in case Chen decides to make another attempt on me." "I have my own place," pointed out Anita. "True, but I fear my causing Juan's arrest this afternoon. Rodrigo may decide to use you to get to me. I would feel safer if you were with Tommy. His place has an extra room for both of you." He stood, placing a hand on each of their backs. He gently guided them to Tommy. "I will see you both in the morning. I'll make breakfast." Knowing May had worked at Chen's restaurant, he knew she would be free. He asked Anita, "Unless you need to go to work. It is Monday tomorrow. You have a job, yes?" "I am a school teacher," she answered. "3rd graders. Summer, no classes. I'll be here for breakfast." She kissed him. As she kissed him deeply, his eyes widened, having never expected her to be a school teacher. May grabbed his head and pulled him away from Anita. She too kissed him. "I will not go back to Chen." "Then I will wish you both a good night and see all of you in the morning," Joey responded, looking to Tommy to escort the girls to his place. "Keep one eye open tonight," Tommy reminded him as he led the girls out of the apartment. With everyone gone, Joey locked the door behind them. Shutting off the lights to the main room, he went to his bedroom. Undressing, he placed his .38 on his night table furthest from the door. The corner bedroom's southern wall looked over the Long Island Sound with a balcony. The western wall had windows that looked over the street in front of his building. He walked up to the western windows to look down upon the street. Across the street, he spotted a patrol cruiser sitting. He was too high up to see the cops in the vehicle, but it was clear to him that the detective was keeping his word. He was now under surveillance by the local authorities. He smiled at himself, turned off his bedroom light, and got into his bed. He closed his eyes, falling asleep knowing at least someone else was watching the front door.
Be sure to continue to Chapter 8, Two Fronts. To support the author, please like, share, comment, and subscribe.